Hi Taurus. This is a reading for Taurus. It's a general reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. 8 of Cups. And I'm going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot with some oracle cards, angel cards, some extra help. I hope you're doing well, Taurus. Wheel of Fortune. You're a badass being. Justice. 4 of Wands. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with a particular circumstance or situation. And don't force it if it doesn't. Take what resonates and throw out the rest. The Emperor. Okay. Influences, people, places, things. 7 of Wands. Ace of Swords. From the deck, yeah, 6 of Wands. So yeah, let's make a start. So 8 of Cups is the issue here for you, Taurus, at the moment. And you might be in a place where you're moving away from something. You could be moving away from something that you discovered there were secrets or things you weren't sure of, but moving away from something that wasn't really for your highest good. Now, take that how it resonates. It could be, a work situation, romantic situation, however that resonates. But it's as if you're walking away from something that it might have taken you a while to do. The reason being perhaps because you didn't know enough about something. And those things maybe haven't been revealed to you. You have the Empress crossing this, so this is really good, Taurus, because it means that your energy, you're attaining your status. Now the Empress is like a combination of all the 4 queens in the tarot deck, so yeah, she's a tough cookie. And it seems to me that you are doing well at keeping your balance in whichever situation you're in. You're doing well at sort of maintaining your world. This also card actually represents Taurus and Libra. Earth energy, air energy. You might be just, Taurus, right now, just staying in your power. Staying in your power, keeping yourself balanced, which is great. Justice. Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, things are changing in your world at the moment, Taurus. In whichever aspect, things are changing for you, and you're probably aware of changes that are happening. These can be good or bad changes, but looking at this particular spread, it looks as if things are moving and turning in your favour. Now, there could be things that you've been waiting on, things that you've been expecting to come to, fruition, things that you have, it could be any particular situation that you're waiting on, but it could be something that involves your keeping your sense of stability. And you're being reminded that you're a badass being, full of life, love and possibilities. That you should be on your path by now to finding to finding your best self. You're on your path, which is great. And you have justice in your recent past, so something's has been turning out or has turned out in your favour recently. Something's working for you in your life at the moment, Taurus, where maybe you're beginning to feel a sense of balance, because this card represents Libra. So balance, and maybe you have been working on balancing your life out in a way that you might never have done before. And it's giving you great confidence with the Empress here. Now the 4 of Wands, this is about partnerships. This is also the card that represents twin flames, partnerships, marriages, sacred unions. You might be getting married, Taurus, or you might be looking towards having some kind of stability, long-term stability. You know, this could be you coming into a new union, a new partnership, something that's going to make you happy, something that's going to make you feel good, something that's going to, you know, increase your sense of balance. It literally could be that you're expecting to get married, or that there's something on the way, some kind of committed relationship that might be coming in for you, or something that could be create more harmony in your life. And this could be why you have the Wheel of Fortune, because something's about to change in your in your world of partnerships. That you could have been manifesting here with the Empress card. You could have been, you know, attracting this in, and something's coming for you. Something in terms of partnership is coming for you. Five of Cups. In that you might have been looking back on the past. You might have been doing some reflection. You might have been looking over. You might have been doing a bit of self-reflection and looking over, you know, too much, you know, looking over the past, a little bit of regret. You know, there's all this good stuff coming in for you, Taurus, at the moment, and you don't, you know, you need to kind of, let's say, don't cry over spilt milk. Don't look back. Don't look back. Keep looking forwards. Come away from, you know, anything that might be holding you back as well. Don't let that. Because you've got blessings coming in. These Two of Cups here, you have good things coming in for you right now, Taurus. And you have the Emperor, which is about the, let's say, in your influences, people, places, things, people around you, current energies around you, influences. And there could be, you know, this is Aries energy, this is fire energy, this is, you know, being entirely sort of sure of yourself, let's say. And it could be that a lot of people in your environment right now are displaying, you know, a lot of stoicness. Perhaps you have people in your environment who are displaying this kind of energy, which is very solid, which is very stable, which is very brave, you know, which can be arrogant. There can be arrogance here with this particular card. And maybe you're noticing that, you know, there are people in your world, your environment, who are, you know, strong figures, who are influencing you, or being, you know, or their strength influences you, which could be encouraging you to be more, say, proactive, because this is card represents Aries, which is the first sign in zodiac, and it's about being a leader, being, you know, forthright, being decisive in actions, being brave, being determined, being you know, not afraid to take risks. So it could be that you're being influenced by people around you at the moment who have this kind of energy, and that's kind of rubbing off on you, making you feel more brave, making you feel more able to, encourageable, let's say, making you able to, giving you that sort of sense of you can do, you know, and you can achieve, you can. Perhaps you have a supportive friends, or in your friends group, and they're being really supportive, and their kind of strength and stoicness and their energy and their, you know, their power, whatever, is influencing you in a good way. Because you have the Seven of Wands here, which could be your hopes and fears, which means that you are still being quite self-protective about various things. You can take that how it resonates, but there's an element here of self-protectiveness, to the point where you feel that, you know, you have worked hard to, you know, establish things for yourself, and it could be that you feel sometimes under threat. You don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose what you've worked for. Of course you don't. But there could be an element of self-protection here, where you're being a little bit too guarded, perhaps, as well. Which can be the case. You could be just, you know, feeling a sense of wanting to, you know, be at home more, be, you know, protective of your family more, be protective of your home more, be protective of your assets, whichever thing, however that resonates. But there's an element of protection here. And as an outcome, you have the Ace of Swords, which is about truth. Air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So this is about truth. And there's some truth that is possibly coming in for you, Taurus, that you might not be expecting. You're going to maybe find something out, or you decided that you're going to live your truth. You know, you're going to live your truth, what's best for you, regardless of anyone else. You're also expecting people to be as truthful. You know, if you're going to live your truth, you expect people around you to, let's say, demonstrate that kind of you know, energy. And maybe you have come to a point where you're kind of saying, well, you know, I'm going to be truthful to me, I'm going to be real with me, I'm going to be honest, and I'm expecting that in return from anybody who is in my life. And I'm going to be, I want to, if I'm going to live my truth, then I expect other people to live their truth. Otherwise, I'm not going to tolerate that sort of anything. And you also might be doing some truth seeking at the moment, Taurus, where you're looking at, testing people, seeing how real they are with you, perhaps even seeing how honest people are being with you. Getting to the bottom of matters, wanting the truth in situations, however that resonates. But it's like this realness that you're in this place where you're kind of, look, I just want people to be real with me, otherwise I'm just not really interested. And that could be why you're being a bit self-protective with the Seven of Wands, because you're going, you're kind of like, well, yeah, you can come near me if you're going to be real. And you could be looking at your social circle or people around you and wondering who's real and who's real with you and who is real and who isn't. It could be something that you're currently quite focused on, and maybe you've been quite say defensive or self-protective, but you're realizing that perhaps you can open up a bit too. Maybe you have also improved your communication skills as well, and you kind of want to communicate with people on a sort of mature level. Otherwise, you're not. It's like communicate with me properly, maturely, or or no. So you have the elder here, move beyond ancestral patterns. You might be doing that. Traditions, ancestral patterns. You might be breaking, family traditions, or you might be in a place where you are breaking ancestral patterns. Where you are changing the game, where you are doing things differently, say traditionally to how your family would have done, for example, over years, and you're kind of breaking the mold. That could be where you're at the moment, Taurus. You could be sort of literally breaking the mold within your family traditions. You also have an Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. So you're being advised to stay grounded because there might be a lot going on for you at the moment, Taurus. And you're being advised heavily to stay grounded, keep grounded. So that's really a nudge to say, keep grounded. Especially Wheel of Fortune here, things are changing. Seraphina, Angel Seraphina, I'm the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. There might be changes in your family right now, Taurus, which will be, changes for the better. You might this could even be you're expecting a visitor or somebody to stay as well. Or it could be that you're working with your family. Perhaps you're doing some healing within your family. Perhaps your focus is on your family, getting on better with family, let's say with your relatives perhaps as well, and in a better sort of place with them as a possibility. Well, you have these major arcana cards here: Justice, Empress, Wheel of Fortune, Emperor, Minor Arcana, but it's the Empress and the Emperor, that's really sort of powerful. And it could be also that you're managing to balance out your masculine and feminine energies, the power of your femininity and the power of your masculinity here. And you're managing to balance them out. And, that's making change, that's allowing sort of things to change for you in a positive way. And whatever you've walked away from, it was probably for your highest good. Because maybe there were things you didn't know, things unseen, things you didn't understand. But in relation to the Eight of Cups, and maybe some confusion and things unseen that you didn't know, there might be some truth coming in regards to that. Some revelations, things you really weren't aware of, and you might be, finding out things that you didn't know about, that might give you a sort of a complete sense of, enlightenment about a situation. My fearless freedom lights up the world. I think Virgo had this, I'm not sure. But yes, so perhaps that's the thing you're also doing. You're being more fearless. And perhaps that is because there's influences around you, people who are, not displaying, the emotion of fear or fear-based thinking or fear-based discussion. So maybe you're acknowledging that. That's making you feel braver because this is, brave. This is Aries energy. So, ruled by Mars, obviously. That's full steam ahead. So, my fearless freedom lights up the world, and perhaps you're beginning to do that, and perhaps you're brightening up, lightening up, And you have, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all, which is a very good mantra, a very good prayer. And you know, don't focus on outcomes. You know, never focus on outcomes, because you know that's not really helpful or healthy. But to, you know, even your enemies, you know, pray for your enemies. Pray for everybody. Don't you know? Don't think of outcomes. Don't think of, you know, anyone who's wronged you. Because really, you should be thinking about praying for people, whether you know, enemies, frenemies, friends, relatives, because that will also give you a sense of freedom. And you have, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. And perhaps you're doing that. This is why you have the Wheel of Fortune, because you're going with the flow more. You're allowing change. You're allowing change to happen. You're trusting in the universe. You know, you're moving beyond ancestral patterns. You know, you're glowing up. It looks like you're having a glow up here, Taurus, and enjoying that. And perhaps other people are responding to you in a really positive way because of it as well. Oh, there you go, ego. 15. Yeah, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. Maybe that's what you've come out of. Maybe that's what you've come out of, Taurus. You felt trapped by, you know, some kind of materialism. Putting too much importance on material items. Now that can be a Taurian trait, you know, to be overly concerned about the material, but not necessarily to your own detriment, but it can be. And that, you know, you're not trapped. If you might have felt that you were feeling trapped, it's an illusion, and perhaps you're realising that there is no entrapment here. You're free to live your life, you know, as you so wish. And perhaps you have gone through a spell of fear and worry, and you've kind of broken out of it because of people in your environment might have been really sort of encouraging you and being really brave in their own lives, which could have given you some inspiration to be more brave yourself, because it looks that way from here. And you might have easily broken out of, or you're still dealing with, you know, sort of a slightly overprotective mentality. And that could be related to your stability, your materialism too. Lemuria, excuse me, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So don't doubt it. You know, don't doubt it. Your world could be changing, you know, for the better. You could be beginning to feel much more optimistic about everything. And divine orchestration helpers are in the subtle realms. You might have been connecting with your spirit guides, for example. You might have been having downloads. You might have been experiencing, you know, number synchronicities and things like that are telling you that your angels are with you, that, you know, you are being supported. You know, you have divine guidance. And you might have been also dreaming about your ancestors. You might have been having dreams about people from your past or people who've passed by. And these people are the ones who are probably helping you and guiding you right now, Taurus. Don't doubt it. And if that's the case, then that's fantastic. So listen to those things. If you're getting dreams and you're seeing your ancestors and you're getting messages from the ancestral realms, maybe it's a good idea to record these things, write them down, or talk to a friend about them so that you remember them, so that you know it's real. Yeah, love. Love, give someone to cheer your ass up. So maybe that's something too, that you are, you know that you want to be sort of more loving out there, be more loving. Yeah. And you fuck fear. It will lie in your face, of course it does. Fear is there to trap us, to make us feel that we can't. So yeah, that's a tricksy fear-based thinking. It will always lie to you. I'm going to finish your reading now, Tori, with train of thought. With Adoring Virtue, Goddess Guidance. see. Okay. Pele. Be honest with yourself. What's your heart's true desire? So let's get the glare off it. Be honest with yourself. What's your heart's true desire? It's up to you to know. It's up to you to know, Taurus. An angel reading the little book. Oh. I'm calm and mindful. I'm thankful for each day. Practice some more gratitude, Taurus. Things might be going really well for you at the moment, Taurus, but don't forget to practice gratitude for every single little thing. You know, the smallest thing, you know, that works out in your favour. Don't hesitate to give thanks for that, because it's a blessing for you, you know, from the divine, from your ancestors. So, you know, be humble, understand, you know, that your blessings, be grateful, be humble, be thankful, as things are looking like they're going really well for you. And, you know, you're moving forwards with great confidence here and victory and dignity. You know, you might have lost the battle, but you've won the war, you're winning the war. You know, you're doing well. You're doing really well, well done. So Taurus, I'm going to end your reading there. It was brief, but, you know, there's only so much one can do in a day. So I'm leaving it here. I'm wishing you all the very best. I'm sending you lots of love. Take care. Until next time, bye-bye.